What is up? Today I'm going to be answering a few of the questions that y'all left me using the NGL link that was posted on my Instagram. So I did get a lot of questions and I'm not going to be answering them all this episode. So if I don't answer them, I apologize and you can try again on the next episode. So my first question is, are you a shower singer? Yes, I am a shower singer. Now, I'm not any good at singing at all, not even in the shower. What is your ethnicity? So I am Italian and German, primarily. I am just starting to date again. What advice do you have for me? Do not stay with anybody who does not make you a priority and who does not give you the same amount of effort in return as you are giving them. Next question. How much does it cost to compete? So it honestly just depends. It can be cheaper, it can be more expensive. It just depends on the route you want to take. If you want to go all custom, do a custom made bikini, custom made dress, that adds up very quickly because those things are expensive. Or you can go a route of buying a pre-loved bikini, or you can even rent a bikini. So my first show, I got some custom made for me and I spent way too much money. This next show that I'm competing in December, I am renting both of my bikinis. So yeah, I'm coming out a lot cheaper this next show. I feel a lot better about it. But then aside from like the suits and the dresses, you have to consider travel accommodations, you know, what you're paying your coach. You have to have two coaches. A prep coach that basically helps you with your workouts and your diet, and then also a posing coach. So that adds up over time. And then of course your tan, your hair, makeup, all of that adds up, registration. So it can get pretty expensive. I want to say my first show, I'm not going to give out a number yet because I haven't really calculated it. I want to say about 13 grand was spent on my first show. But yeah, I'm going to compare it to this next show that I'm doing, and I will do a video and show y'all, you know, how much cheaper it can be because I am going the cheaper route for this show. Next question, what's the hardest part of comp prep in your opinion? Whew. So there's a few things that are hard. Number one being the reverse diet. Coming off of prep, that's the hardest because afterwards you feel a bit lost. You're like, okay, well, what am I working towards now? And you go through a bit of like post-comp blues, which is actually a thing. You just kind of start feeling down. Your insulin levels are high, your hormones are all out of whack, and just trying to like find your purpose again. And people think like, oh, once you get done with the show, you can just go right back into living your normal life, and that's not how it works. Like, you get done with the show and you have to slowly ease back into things. Like, you can't go from eating very, very clean, very little, to going and eating like 2-3 cheat meals a week. Like, you have to incorporate all of that stuff back into your diet very slowly. And I am a coach, but I need my coach during my reverse. Like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but the accountability is honestly, because mentally during that time I was very weak. I needed that extra support system. So I definitely recommend keeping your coach after you compete during the reverse, at least for a few months. Okay, so the second thing that I think is difficult about comp prep is time. So I can't speak for other people, but I work a full-time job and I have other side gigs going on. So I'm always busy, I'm always working. So trying to find the time to fit in basically 3 hours in the gym a day. I probably, right now I'm spending about 90 minutes doing cardio and about an hour and a half on my weight sessions. And trying to fit that into like my already really crammed schedule, and trying to do like my posing and meal prepping and all of the things. It's very hard to have a social life when you're on prep, because it's very demanding, especially if you have, you know, a full-time job and, you know, that's just not the only thing you're working on or working towards. The third thing, let's see, I said reverse, time, and yeah, just honestly to like, this goes back to the reverse, just having to be uncomfortable for a little bit during the building stage. It is such a mind F to go from, having abs and being super lean to like seeing the scale go up and gaining some body fat. But you just have to keep reminding yourself that, there's different seasons in all of this, and you have to go through these different seasons to get to where you need to be, where you want to be. You have to gain a little bit of weight in order to put on some muscle and change your body for the next show. So that's very difficult as well. And then just to, I would say the last thing is just the actual comp prep itself, just dieting. You get hungry, you get tired, your brain gets foggy, you can't sleep very well. It's just, yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. That's why not a lot of people do it, but it's very rewarding. So I would say those are the three things that are the hardest for me. Next question, with the struggle to lose weight, what are your tips to help with it? So the 3 tips I always give people: movement. Always make sure you are moving. I recommend 8 to 10K steps a day. If possible, just get moving. Take the longer route. Stand at your desk if you can. Just move. The next thing would have to be hydration. Make sure you are drinking plenty of water. And the third thing would be to prioritize your protein. You should be eating, I like to eat about 1 gram to 1.2 grams per my body weight. So always prioritize protein. Make sure you are hitting those numbers. This question makes me laugh. How does it feel to go from the ugly duckling to the beautiful princess? I'm assuming this person probably knows me from grade school. I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, it feels good knowing that I have made these changes in my life to get to where I am now. I prioritize my health and just self-care, and I've worked really hard to get where I am. A lot of y'all that know me, I don't have the best genetics, and I've had to work really hard for what I have today. So, yeah, it's rewarding. Next question is, why don't you ever respond? If we're talking about like Instagram messages, I don't respond to people often unless you are a client, potential client, family member, friend, or somebody trying to book a photo shoot. Now, I do try to respond here and there, but especially right now, my time is just very limited, and so I make sure to give whatever little time I do have to those that are the closest to me. So if I message and text you all day, or even just daily, then you're important to me. Okay, next question. What made you choose WBFF as your federation? So I've always wanted to compete, but I just never really bit the bullet. One day I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw something about the WBFF, and I was intrigued because I noticed that their suits were a lot different than a normal NPC IFBB show that you would see. They were glammed up, lots of rhinestones, very unique, just different, and I loved it. And I also love the fact that there was a pageant round, so getting to like wear a beautiful dress on stage was just, the thought of it sounded fun to me. And yeah, and I also noticed too that the girls on stage, like they were lean, very conditioned, but they're not as lean as what you would see in other federations. So I liked that as well. Like they still want you to have abs, be very toned, very fit on stage, but they still want you to have some body fat as well. So it just seemed like a good starting point for me, and I'm really glad that I went that route just because I love it. I've had a great experience with them so far. And in July, I competed in New York City, my first show ever, and I won my pro card and I got second place in the wellness division. So yeah, never in a million years would I thought that I'd be a pro. So yeah, it's just an amazing feeling, and I'm looking forward to my next show, which is in December in Atlantic City, and I am going for the crown. So there will definitely be a YouTube video on that, so stay tuned. What is the best vacation you've ever gone on? Egypt, 100%. Like, I don't know if I'll ever, if anything can ever compare to that one. I've always been so fascinated by the pyramids and Egypt in general. Just being able to see it in person is just, it was incredible. And yeah, everybody there was so nice, and just getting to experience the culture and all of it was just amazing. And I definitely want to go back. I still remember my reaction the first time I saw the pyramids from the car. I freaked out. Yeah. All right, guys, that concludes our question and answer for this episode. I will be doing more of these, so stay tuned for another link posted on my Instagram. But yeah, this is fun, and I look forward to doing these more often. Bye.